Yes.
Okay. So I'm here to talk about being a successful coach when you're new. And I'm fairly new myself. So, I mean, I'm still learning and have a lot more to learn, but I can help you because I made Success Club. I've made it every month that I've been a coach. And last month, I don't know, I made like Success Club, get out of there, 28 or 32. I don't even know. But so I'm just going to share some like my tips that I've learned that have helped me. So first of all, obviously you talk to everybody. You know, you never want to count anybody out. And I will admit I was guilty of that at first. And it took a while to get out of that mindset. But I'm a hairdresser here in town. And so I talk to everybody all day long, constantly talking to people. That's what I do. And I had a woman sitting in my chair and we started talking about exercise. And I never, ever would have thought that she would have been interested. She was very heavy set, over 50, and I automatically counted her out. Well, then we started talking about exercising and what she likes to do. And she said she likes to walk, but that it's not enough for her. So I talked about PiYo. I got out of the mindset that just because I don't think she would do it, I shouldn't talk about it. So I told her about PiYo, and she seemed pretty interested in it. So I gave her a card, and I think I went online like a couple days later, and she had ordered it. So you just never want to count anybody out. I still am surprised, and she's doing really good. So I don't know. That was definitely one thing that I learned that you can't do. You can't count anybody out. You cannot make that choice for them. And let's see. So my other thing is that, you know, when you're talking to somebody constantly, it's kind of, I mean, something that is kind of hard to approach because you never want to go up to someone and be like, hey, I think you're out of shape and overweight. We should fix that. You don't want to say that. So, I mean, it is something, but what I do is when I'm talking to someone, when they're sitting in my chair and I'm doing their hair, you know, we're talking and we start talking about exercising. It just, I don't know, it comes up a lot. And I say, you know, what do you like to do in the summer? Do you like to go for walks? And a lot of times they will. They will say they like to go for walks, but that is not enough. And right there's your opening. And then you say, well, what are you having trouble with? Or is it your portion controls? And if it is, boom, there's 21-day fix. You know, or if they have knee injuries, boom, there's PiYo. You know, there's something for everybody. That's what's so great about Beachbody. There's always something for everybody. So that, Bub. So with that, well, I lost my train of thought. Bub, hush. So when you're talking to them, you know, then you keep talking to them. You don't want to just stop there, and you want to. Hold on a sec. Okay, yeah. So then when you keep talking to them, that's the first step you do, is you talk, and you tell them your story. That's the next step. So it took me a while to get started because I didn't have a story yet. I jumped in head first. I did the 21-day fix, but I didn't have a story yet. So I'm talking to people, and they're like, oh, yeah, that sounds great, but, you know, where's the proof? Where's the results? So I got some people to sign up right away, but, you know, it's still, a lot of people were still kind of on the edge. They didn't know what to do. They didn't want to make that commitment of the $160. You know, I mean, that is a lot of money for some people, and I was one of them. I didn't sign up right away, and so I can kind of sympathize with people. And, of course, I use that as a story. I'll say right there, you know, I didn't sign up when I first heard about it because it was expensive, and I didn't want to pay for it. And now I wish I would have started then. I wish I would have started 3 months ago when I had originally heard of it because I would be that much happier and that much further in my fitness goal. But I didn't, and there's nothing, I mean, yeah, I just move on from there. But so now I do have a story, and, you know, you got to be a product of the product. You can't promote something and then have no idea if it truly works or not. But with this, it is so easy. It is so easy to know that it does work. You drink a shake every day. The shake's amazing. And you got to show them that. If you're passionate about it, you know, they'll see that and they'll want to do it too. But when I got my story, I posted it on Facebook and it took off. I can't even tell you how fast it took off. I used my story. My story was that I had a baby 4 months ago, right there. And so, I mean, that was proof. I mean, that sold everybody. I have I can't even tell you how many messages I got of people wanting to know how I did it, how I lost the baby weight, how I have a 6-pack and she's 4 months old. You know, they wanted to know how I did that. And I showed them. I told them it's Beachbody. It's 21-day fix. That's what you do. And I mean, they messaged me and be like, I'm sold. Like, you don't even have to talk to me. I'm sold. I want it. How do I do this? You know, and I get not everyone, of course, had a baby 4 months ago. So, I mean, not everybody can use that story or have that. But, you know, that's why you got to create your own. You got to make your own story. And even, I mean, I had so many people, you know, I had so many positive responses. And of course, with every positive one, you're going to have a negative person, you know, bringing you down, but whatever. And I did. And I had someone that commented on one of my pictures and said, I don't think that these results are accurate because Jessica's been skinny. And I said, yes, that is true. I have always been skinny. I have never had a weight loss issue, but the difference here is I had a baby 4 months ago. I had 30 pounds to lose. I had 30 pounds that I gained in 9 months that I had to lose. And once I lost that, then I had to tone it up. So yeah, I've always been skinny, but I've never had to do this. You know, I had to lose all that weight. And so once I did that, now I've never been this fit, this healthy, or this happy in my entire life. So yeah, I'm pretty sure my results are accurate. And that's why I said back to her. And, you know, naturally she didn't have anything to say, but, you know, so that was my story. That's what I used, and that's what worked. So once you get one, you guys will be golden. And then the other thing that I used that really worked for me is, you know, I would talk to people and ask them, you know, you ask them what they want to do. And then you always, and it's true, you ask them, you know, if they have someone that wants to do it with them, whether it be family, friend, boyfriend, husband, whatever, because you're more likely to succeed if you have someone to do it with you. So, you know, that way, you know, you got them and then you got another friend on board, or you got 2 friends on board, you know, and that's how I was able to rack up my success points so quickly. I had someone sitting in my chair and I was talking to her about it. And she's like, you know what? I think I have a friend that might be interested. Well, so I didn't have to explain it 100 times. We all met up for lunch, and there were 4 of us. And we sat there, and I brought my laptop. I signed in. I showed them everything that they wanted to know. And I had 4 people sign up right then and there. So within a matter of an hour, I had 4 challenge packs, just like that. Just because I talked and I asked them if they had friends that wanted to do it with them. So it's just spreading the word, and it's so easy once you start to talk and once you start to get into a rhythm, and then getting them involved and then their friends involved. And I mean, everyone has a friend that they can do it with. I have people doing it with their roommates. I have people doing it with their spouses. I mean, just get people going. But then my last bit of advice is you can't quit once you got them signed on. I mean, just because you got them signed on and they're on their way to their 6-pack or whatever, you're not done. You got to keep going. So with that, you know, we started our challenge group, and I signed up with somebody else. So we did our challenge group together, and that helps because, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. So, you know, running it with somebody else has really helped me, and we kind of tag teamed and did it together. But you know, with the challenge group, you know, keeping people motivated, and just because you have a challenge group doesn't mean you're done. You also have to post and do it too. And I do have days where I don't want to do it, and I will post that. I will post and say, I didn't want to do it today, but I got up and did it. And I'll post when I ate bad, because that, you know, it shows them that you're human too. My baby girl, you're okay. Here. So yeah, you know, it shows that you're human, and that, you know, it's okay to make mistakes. Just because you screwed up one meal doesn't mean your diet's done. Like you're out until the next 21-day fix. No. I mean, if you drop your phone, that doesn't mean you're going to pick it up and throw it up against rocks until it shatters. No, you get up and you do it again, you know? So you just got to pick yourself up and keep going. And that's kind of what I portray in my group to help people. And it's worked for me. I mean, I keep going, and it's been working. So that's my advice, I guess. Now do we unrecord?
Amanda, do you have anything to add? Because like you came right out of the gates and kicked ass immediately as well. So what can you elaborate on what Jesse said, or maybe add to or do something that kind of worked for you? Because I know you're not in the same industry. So how did you keep on, make conversations with everybody?
Right. So in the beginning, what I did was kind of sent that Danny Johnson type thing out saying, hey, I have this product that I want to test out. And I sent it to like 10 friends. And I had 4 of them jump on board, which I know is against all odds, right? That does not happen. So I got lucky. So that was month 1. And then I had a couple random people. Month 2, kind of same scenario. Then it like picked up speed and their friends started thinking about it. That helped. And I kind of did a thing in my month 2 where I said, hey, if you have a friend join on, I'll give you like I think like $5 Starbucks gift card or something. And that worked. And I got more. Month 3 was the hard one. I mean, I had to work at month 3 and I remember being like, no, I have to hit success stars.
Yeah, I want that ticket.
So, at that point, it's when your close markets kind of fizzled out a little bit. I mean, you've already attacked your family and your friends, I think. Well, it's true.
Right.
So then, spread of work, but that's when it really started. I had to work hard at it, right? I had to start posting consistently and following up with people. Like, that's when I realized how important that was. And then also the people, that, you get lifers. And by about month 3, I had people that were ready for something different. And that helped a lot too, because I've always gotten double success club points on people.
Yeah, me too.
So I think it says you're not supposed to, but I always have.
Yeah.
I've never not.
It's like it seems like they only do an audit for that like once every quarter or something, and you may get caught and you may not get caught. So
yeah.
I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah. So, and then at that point, you do have to start kind of getting the word out a little bit more and being a little bit more brave, because I was totally opposite of a lot of people. The first 2 months, I didn't even talk about it on my Facebook page. Like anyone that knew me or was coaching, I didn't. I was afraid to talk about it because I work a corporate job and it made me nervous that people would think I was slacking off at work or that, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And I was really worried about that. And I was honestly concerned about what people would think. But by month 3, I just didn't care anymore. And I think it was month 3 that I finally posted my success story. And then it was like, boom. So then month 4 was really good.
Yeah.
You always just have to stay on top of it. July is stinking hard.
Mm-hmm. It's the hardest month in a lot of industries. Hospitality industry, the hardest is in July, always. I know that from experience. And like retail sales, it doesn't matter if it's clothes or shoes or furniture or electronics. July is the notoriously slowest month of the year. And also in direct sales, anything, multi-level marketing, internet marketing, anything that has to do with like, Mary Kay parties, jewelry parties, stuff like that. It's the slowest month for everybody. So, if we can make it through this, then we're set for the rest of the year.
Yeah. So you have to stay consistent with it and just be, and the one thing, and this is what I tell all my new coaches, because I remember this about myself in the first 3 months. I wanted to give up probably about 20 times. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie about it. There were days where I was like, what am I thinking? This is ridiculous. I don't have time for this. And then it seemed like that would go on for like 5 to 10 days. And then all of a sudden you'd have like 3 amazing days.
Yep.
So you just push through it. And that's the best advice I tell people is you're going to have that and you're going to have it happen. So if you need to take a day off, I know we're probably not supposed to say that, but just take a day off.
No, take a day off. Absolutely. I do it at least once a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
back away. And don't even, I'll respond to a message or 2 if it's urgent from somebody on my team. Mm-hmm. But, you got to take a day off.
And you can't compare yourself. I have certain people that need to shut off notifications in the Fit Legacy page because they get too overwhelmed with how well everyone else is doing. Mm-hmm. And that's okay because you have to be you. So just tune it out for a while and move on. And don't be afraid to say no. If you're not ready for something, just say no.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a tough business, but now I just don't care. Now I'm just like, what? Whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, my way of looking at it is, as far as like posting on Facebook and, you know, sharing your sweaty selfies on Instagram or whatever your thing is, whatever you do. And people are always going to be snarky sometimes, you know, and say dumb shit and be negative and tell you, or make you feel, they might not tell you, but they may make you feel like you're being annoying or something along those lines. You're going to get that. And if you haven't yet, like eventually somebody's going to make you feel like that. But as far as I'm concerned, and as far as you all are concerned, when they start paying your bills, then you can worry about what they think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Jesse, I remember yours. You had someone, didn't they talk about the tattoo or something? I mean, they like,
yeah. I had the one girl that said, I don't think these results are accurate. And then I had another girl that, because when I first did my before pictures, I had somebody take it for me. Well, when I took my after pictures, I took it. And so, of course, I used the mirror. So you didn't see that side of the tattoo. And they post and say, ha, 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 where's Jesse's tattoo? Like I photoshopped my picture that it was somebody else or something. And so I'm like, just a second. And I ran right upstairs, took my picture on the other side. I posted it on there and I said, there it is. Well, that comment got deleted real quick. But yeah, so, you know, you'll have people like that. And then another situation that I ran into was actually at work. Because, I mean, I see, gosh, I don't know, like dozens of people a day. Or, I mean, you know, and so, you know, I'd have people constantly talking about it. I mean, it's public knowledge that I do this. It's all over Facebook. I mean, I had someone sitting in my chair and said, what is this thing that you're doing? What is this Beachbody? And I said, how do you know about that? And she said that her husband got an email of my result pictures. I mean, it's viral. It's huge. I was floored. I didn't even know what to say. And so, you know, I had people asking me about it. And it was funny because just, I think 2 weeks ago, I had my boss pull me into her office and tell me that I needed to stop talking about Beachbody. She told me that I talk about it too much, that she doesn't want to hear it anymore, and that I need to talk more about hair. And I said, but here's the thing. I don't bring it up. They bring it up. They want to know about it. They know because it's all over Facebook. You know, they want to know about it. I don't go up to someone and said, hey, you're fat. Let's change that. No. You know, you don't say that.
And some probably do.
Well, you know, I don't.
We don't.
And so, yeah, so that, you know, and that hurt me. Like, I was kind of like, okay, you know, like that sucks. And then, you know, I talked to my husband about it and he reassured me, you know, that I'm doing the right thing. I mean, I'm trying to help people, you know, I'm not, you know, whatever. And so
you're not just trying to hawk products and make money.
Right. You know, I'm using the product myself, so I wouldn't be trying to sell something that I wouldn't myself use. And so next Monday we had a work meeting and guess what I wore? Get fit and work hard.
Yeah.
Or she didn't say anything.
Wear and share, baby. Oh, I still haven't ordered my shirt. I need to do that right now as soon as we get off. I keep forgetting about it. And then I'm like, oh, here it is. It's Wednesday. I'm out of money. All right, guys, I'm going to stop the recording now.